على الآيات والذكر وفي فيض من العطر هنا رمضان مدرسة تنير مآثر الفكر.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Ramadan Eats with Shaz Eats. Today I'm making a delicious focaccia bread that can be used with the minestrone soup that I made yesterday. But alternatively, it can be really delicious with the protein that I'll be making tomorrow. So in the essence of saving time in the kitchen, that you're not all the time in the kitchen and you're focusing on prayer, if you batch cook a lot of these items together, it can suffice for the rest of the week and can be used in different ways in the main meal or as a starter as well. This is very easily put together. You can forget about it and just warm up and eat at the time of Iftaar. So what I'm going to start off with for the focaccia is I'm going to show you the ingredients. So the ingredients kind of split up into different parts. The honey, the yeast and the water gets blended down first. So I'm going to put my yeast, which is usually that one sachet packet, and to it I'm going to add some honey. To that, I'm going to add in 1 cup of hot water. It's not boiling water, it's been boiled, but it's been cooled down, so it's kind of tepid. And I'm going to mix the yeast and the honey together, and I'm just going to forget about this for a few minutes. So we're making a garlic and a herb infused focaccia. The herb of choice that I've used is thyme. Now thyme has lots of antioxidant properties. It is also antibacterial, so it's actually very, very good for you. And I've said this in the past before, that in the past healers didn't have pharmaceutical companies. They used natural herbs as healing. So garlic, thyme all have natural healing properties. The honey, which is in the base, in the yeast, also sunnat Rasulullah food, so nothing but good. While that's happening, I'm going to now take my oil and my garlic and my thyme to my stove, and I'm just going to warm it down a little. So you're going to heat your pan and you're going to add in the oil. Now it does seem like a lot of oil, but some of it goes into the focaccia bread while it's kneading down, and some of it goes onto the top. To the oil, I'm going to add my garlic. You don't want the garlic to burn. As soon as garlic starts to burn, it starts becoming a very bitter taste. And to the garlic, I'm going to add my thyme. And I'm just going to warm it through so that the oil is infused. With the thyme and the garlic. Remember, you don't want the garlic to burn, because as garlic burns, it becomes bitter. It's starting to sizzle. I'm going to switch off the heat, because at this point the burning of the garlic can happen straight away. Okay, and that's it, and I'm just going to let that cool down. Back to over here, I'm going to mix this up again. And I've got a whole wheat flour that I'm using over here. Now into my machine, so a lot of things going on. I'm going to add in half of my flour. And I'm going to add in my mixture of the yeast and the honey. And I'm going to let that start mixing through. I'm going to release this again, and now I'm going to add in the rest of the flour. Okay, so this dough has combined together, so I'm just going to take it off from the kneading rod of the machine. Alternatively, you could do all of this by hand. I'm just going to knead it a little bit, and you have this lovely soft, spongy consistency of the focaccia dough. Okay, so the dough has been kneaded quite well in the machine, and there's very little work that I need to do. This basically now goes into the mixing bowl again, and I'm going to cover it with cling film, and I forget about it for around half an hour until it doubles in size. And then once it's doubled in size, I'm going to put the rest of the garlic and the thyme, and it goes into the oven for around half an hour. The dough has had its first rise, so I'm just going to take off the cling film, and I'm going to roll it out and put it into a pizza dish or a focaccia dish, and I'm going to let it rise again. So it does become a little bit moist when it's sealed, but it easily comes out from the bowl. And you might need to just add a little bit of flour so that when you roll it, it's easier to move about. It rolls really, really easily. Just a couple of movements around and you get a circular shape. And you can see the thyme and bits of garlic coming through at the top. Now, here's my focaccia dish or pizza pan, and I'm going to just cook and spray with the olive oil one. And I'm going to put my dough on the top. Okay, so once that fits into your pan, you take your garlic and your thyme and your oil mixture, and you're going to basically just spread it over the focaccia bread. There's a bit more garlic left here. Once that's done, I like to then add a little bit of black pepper on top, and I like to put some coarse salt as well. You're not going to immediately put this into the oven. You're going to let it rise again for another 15 minutes. So it just creates a little bit more height, and then put it in the oven, and it will bake beautifully with a little bit of a thick base of a focaccia rather than just a thin crispy one. Your family won't be craving outside food when you are cooking healthy, nutritious, homemade meals from breads to soups from scratch. Focaccia bread is a popular favorite at many restaurants. This is homemade and it tastes so good. It doesn't have anything processed. You know exactly what you're putting into it. Accompanying it with healthy, fibrous soups and lovely dips is a great way of keeping your family healthy and nutritious throughout this holy month. Ramadan is not only about being spiritually and religiously healthy. It's also detoxing you from unhealthy habits that you have adopted over time, and this is a good way getting started. Ramadan Eats with Shaz Eats. Enjoy.
على الآيات والذكر وفي فيض من العطر هنا رمضان مدرسة تنير مآثر الفكر على الآيات والذكر وفي فيض من العطر هنا رمضان مدرسة تنير مآثر الفكر